Hello fellow ticket holders and welcome to our newest video. My name is Chad.
And I'm Vanessa.
And welcome to our channel. This video is going to be a little bit different of a layout. This is due to the fact that it's going to be the first of a few videos that we are doing about our trip on the Disney Cruise Line back at the end of January. This particular video is going to be about our traveling to and from Florida from Maryland. And we didn't get a lot of video as we drove. So we're just going to do a quick commentary of our experience driving down and driving back. And I will then throw in videos of the different things that we talk about that we did capture on our drive down.
And we'll also be throwing in some tips, just in case y'all would like to do a road trip of this on your own one day.
Yep, so let's just get into this. So to give you a time frame, this was on January 17th and the 18th of 2020. We left after work on January the 17th. And was working our way down towards at least North Carolina for the evening. If anybody is familiar with the Northeast Corridor area around Washington, D.C., after work, we actually ran into a lot of traffic. So with the traffic, we were just sitting and we decided it was time for dinner. So we went ahead and got off the road. We were around Stafford, Virginia, and we were able to go to the Mason-Dixon Cafe. When we were planning our trip, we were trying to find areas that we would like to eat for dinner, and this was one of them that we saw. We were going to go to their other location a little bit farther south in Virginia, and it was great that we were able to see this location when we drove by. So we decided to go ahead and stop and have dinner and try to ride out the traffic doing something other than just sitting in DC traffic. So a quick review about the Mason-Dixon Cafe in Stafford, Virginia. To start out, I had the Jive Turkey Sandwich. This sandwich was a grilled turkey sandwich with provolone cheese, stuffing, cranberry relish on a grilled croissant roll, and I got it with a side of French fries. This sandwich was really good. It's basically a Thanksgiving sandwich. If you've ever been to Earls of Sandwich, they have a Thanksgiving dinner turkey sandwich on their menu. It was very similar to that. The turkey was cooked well. It was juicy. The cranberry relish that was on it was nice and tart. It was literally like having Thanksgiving dinner. And you can't go wrong with the potato wedge style French fries. These were cooked perfectly and they were crunchy as they should be. Now, Vanessa, what did you have?
Like Chad had mentioned, we were researching on places to eat in the area, and a friend of ours, Rebecca, actually also highly recommended this place. And I'm glad we ended up going because it was really delicious. I ended up having the pimiento melt. It was house-made pimiento cheese. For those that don't know, pimiento cheese is cheddar cheese, mayonnaise, and pimientos. Apparently, it's a thing in Virginia. It's very good. It's a little spicy, has a good kick. Well, this was the melt. It was on Texas toast. It had tomato, barbecue, bacon, and on the side I had some potato salad. But it wasn't mustard based, it was mayonnaise based, which I was extremely happy because I love mayonnaise based potato salad. I highly recommend it if you ever go to there. If you ever want to try something different, something unique to the area, I highly recommend it. I love the decor of this place. It's modern, it's inviting, like kitchen knickknacks are all over. But it feels like a modern diner basically. And it was very clean. Everyone was super friendly. And I would go back. I wish we could go back.
So after we had dinner, it was time to get right back on the road. We then made our way down to our stop for the evening. We stopped at Rockmount, North Carolina. And we stayed at the Country Inn and Suites here right off of Route 95. This hotel was fine. It did what we needed it to do. It was a bed and a place to sleep for the evening. It did seem a little bit worn out. It did seem a little bit older, but everybody at the desk, the lady that checked us in, she was very nice. The room itself, again, was dated, but everything was clean. We did have a small kitchenette. Didn't need it, but again, this is a nice spot. It was right off the highway. It was easy to access, on and off. So I do recommend it if you get it for a good price. I did use Priceline when I was purchasing my hotels, and I got a really good deal on this. I would not pay regular price for it because of it being a Country Inn and Suites. They are a little more expensive, but I got a great deal on Priceline, so it was worth what we paid for that evening.
If your schedule allows flexibility, I always highly recommend after a long drive to go ahead and stop for the night. It'll get you refreshed for the morning the next day.
And yeah, and I agree. At this point, it took us 6 to almost 8 hours. Again, we got stuck in the traffic trying to get around Washington, D.C., and then we made the stop for dinner, and then we finally made it down there. So it took longer than Google initially said it was going to take. So it is a good idea to stop for the evening and get your rest. Don't try to keep pushing it unless you are up to that. I don't normally do that type of driving, and it was great to go ahead and stop for the evening and get rest before the next morning. So the next morning we did get up. We got up real early because we had now the trip from North Carolina all the way down to Florida. We were going to try to make it the rest of the way. And so we got up early. I don't have any videos of this, but we went ahead and went to Starbucks for breakfast. I don't think the people were ready for us to be there that early because we showed up and the girls weren't ready. They didn't have all their condiments ready to go, even though they'd been open for a little while. I guess in that area it was dead and they weren't ready for us. But again, the people at that local Starbucks, the baristas were very nice. They were accommodating. They got us what we needed. So we ate our breakfasts and we moved on. So after that, we moved on down the road, and our next stop was at the world famous South of the Border in South Carolina.
This was my first time. In Texas, I had sort of heard about it from my friends that lived up north. I really didn't know what it was all about.
As a kid, we used to drive down to Orlando when we would go to Walt Disney World. And this was the one spot that you always looked forward to because it was kind of considered the halfway point. Feels like you're halfway to Florida. So this was the one spot. And the other thing that makes it kind of a spot that you look forward to or you look towards when you're driving as a kid is every little while there is a new billboard. And these billboards are very funny. They're definitely dated at this point. But that was really the thing. As you were driving down through as a kid, you always look for the South of the Border signs. It also told you how much farther it is. And it kind of is like a game to check them all out. So let's get into South of the Border. I have pulled up here their website. It's going to be the easiest for me to just read it. So let me just give you a little bit of history about it. So according to their website, it says, South of the Border tourist attraction is one of America's favorite roadside attractions. For almost 70 years, this Mexican-themed attraction has tempted travelers along Interstate 95 to stop in for a visit. And that's what I was talking about. They kind of tempt you with all these billboards as you drive down from the north. You also see them as you're driving out south to see this attraction. Yeah. As you drive, you will see the 100-foot tall statue of Pedro's huge sombrero.
We were there too early, so everything was closed at the time, so we didn't get to actually go up there.
Something that was interesting, though, it says here that you can grab a quick Tex-Mex food 24 hours a day, like tamales and nachos. I did not see a restaurant that was even open.
No.
I didn't see any open signs. Everything seemed to be closed. And finally, it says here, the border, as the employees like to call it, has become a little town within inside of itself. It's a unique, one-of-a-kind experience.
They have little shops that sell fireworks. They have a lot of Mexican-inspired merchandise. They have ice cream shops. They have restaurants, some eateries, some quick eats. They have a lot of cheesy photo opportunities that you could do to waste some time to stretch your legs.
Yep, so you have multiple statues of Pedro, like almost on every corner for you to take your picture. You have dinosaurs. You have a jackalope. This is what you would consider a cheesy roadside attraction. And overall, should you stop at South of the Border?
Sure.
Sure, I guess so. Either direction, if you're coming north or south, this on Route 95, you can't miss it. The sign, like I said, there's plenty of signs. You're going to know where it is. You're going to see the exit. If you've never stopped before, it is worth stopping because it is one of America's oldest roadside attractions. And a lot of roadside attractions are dying. So if you're into that thing and just want to check it out, you can even just drive through the town because it is on this main just side road through the town. So if you don't really have to stop, and you can see mostly everything by just driving down through. So I say if you haven't seen it, take the extra 5 minutes, drive through the town, see what it's all about, take your picture of the sombrero, take your picture of the south of the border sign. They have 2 neon signs. We have pictures and video of both. So here's the one that you see from the highway. It's the large one. And here is the one that is over by the hotel. So this is really the stuff you can see and move on without having to pay for anything. So after we were done at south of the border, we were still continuing our way down to Orlando, and we needed to stop for gas, and I like to stop at the Love's truck stops. I want to give a quick shout out to the Love's Truck Stop Company. I want to let them know and let you know that if you ever see a Love's Truck Stop and need to get gas, or you need to go to the bathroom, or you need to get something, every stop that we made at a Love's Truck Stop on our trip down and back, all the employees are very nice. We ran into a situation on one of them on the way back where the women's restroom was closed, and they then were able to assist Vanessa in using one of the shower rooms to use the restroom. And I just want to say, if you ever need somewhere to stop as you're driving up and down 95 or anywhere across the country where Love's have truck stops, feel confident to be able to stop there, at least from our recommendations and our experience.
One of the stops even gave us a bunch of bananas because they were about to throw them away.
Yes,
that might not happen all the time, but I thought that was really cool that they didn't want to be wasteful.
The reason why I'm talking about this, as I said, we made this stop and we're grabbing some snacks, and one of the snacks that Vanessa came upon was a tamale. Now, we enjoy making tamales, we enjoy eating tamales around the Christmas time, but we had never seen what we're calling gas station tamales. So if you've ever been to a gas station or a 7-Eleven, you know they have the little
hot dog rollers
or sausage rollers, and on these rollers they had tamales. So Vanessa, what did you think? And we do have video of Vanessa grabbing the tamale in her review, but before we show that, what do you think about seeing a tamale in a gas station?
Well, Chad unfortunately did not record my excitement as I went inside the store, and I was kind of feeling hungry, so I looked towards the hot dog area, and there they were, little tamales, rolling on a hot dog roller, and I couldn't believe my eyes, and I was like, is this a real thing? I'm from South Texas. We have tamales everywhere, but not in gas stations.
Well, technically you do, because you can get them from
Stripes. Yeah, they offer those, but they don't have them in hot dog rollers.
No, so you can get real tamales from the gas stations, from Laredo Taco Company.
At Stripes.
At the Stripes locations.
But these were rolling on a hot dog roller, and I was just, I don't know, I had to try one, and so I was all giddy and excited, and I ended up grabbing it, and we did a little review and that you'll be able to see right now. I am in South Carolina, and they have tamales rolling in the little rolly conveyor belt. I'm about to buy one and try one out.
So this is a gas station tamale here at the Love's Truck Stop, right across the South Carolina border.
It has a little tearaway. Look at that. How cute.
It smells like a tamale.
But is it good? It's wrapped up really well. Like a little baby burrito. So that's how it looks like. It smells really good. It smells like a tamale. Kind of like the ones I used to get in high school, to be honest. It tastes exactly like the ones I used to have in high school, basically. They used to give us some. I'm from South Texas, so there's obviously tamales for breakfast there. And this is, wow, it's pretty good.
All right, there you go. So I hope everybody enjoyed that review of a gas station tamale. Like I said, we found this at the Love's gas station, or Love's Truck Stop, and that was in Dillon, South Carolina, is where that video took place. So after we were done at the Love's gas station, we continued to work our way south, and it was time for lunch at Pooler, Georgia. We always wanted to try Zaxby's chicken, and we found that off of this exit at Pooler, Georgia, they have a Zaxby's chicken. When we were at Zaxby's, we tried what they called their traditional wing and thing platter. So this platter includes 5 traditional wings, and we got it with the medium hot sauce. Also included 3 chicken tenders, side of French fries, a slice of Texas toast, and it was served with the Zaxby's sauce and ranch dressing. So a little bit about Zaxby's. They are a southern chicken chain. They are known for their chicken wings and their tenders and salads, and this is why this platter that we got had both types of chicken wing and chicken tender, so that we could try both. Overall, I really like Zaxby's. I wouldn't say that it's my favorite chicken when it comes to chicken wings and chicken tenders, but it was a good spot to try for something new. What did you think?
I agree. They were great. They're not, I can't really compare it with any other chicken tender place because that's what they're known for.
Right.
I do like them more than the McDonald's chicken tenders, so there's that. Everyone was friendly. It was made to order, so you might wait a little bit longer. They'll call your number. But yeah, I highly recommend it if you've never tried Zaxby's before.
So after we were done Zaxby's, again, we're working our way south. The next stop was in Yulee, Florida. This is actually where the Florida Welcome Center is on Route 95. This is right past the Georgia-Florida line. And the only reason why we stopped here is because as a kid and we were driving down, this is the other location other than south of the border that you look forward to, due to the fact that they had samples of Florida's natural orange juice in the Welcome Center. So you'd go in, you'd always grab all the Disney World pamphlets out of a little pamphlet holder, and then you would always go over to the other counter on the left-hand side, and you would grab your free sample of Florida's natural orange juice. And we go in there, and there was a little sign on the corner, and it said, unfortunately, we do not do free orange juice samples anymore.
So we went a little deeper, and we ended up researching. Apparently, due to funding, that is no longer a thing that will be happening as far as we know until further notice.
The only thing that we did otherwise while we were there, we went over to the Florida welcome sign and we got our picture and a little bit of video there. Here's a little bit of me at the welcome sign saying welcome to Florida.
Once again, it's great to get out and stretch your legs and go do what you need to do, the bathroom, just look around. What I really enjoyed, out on the outside of the Florida Welcome Center, they have little fun facts about fauna and the wildlife in Florida. And I think it's wonderful to read the little signs all around. And there's a lot of them of the bears, the wildcats, the type of palm trees, and the flowers that are there. So that's a little education when you stop by at the Florida Welcome Center.
After we were done at the Welcome Center and we walked around and we got our pictures, it was now time to make our way down to Orlando in the Walt Disney World area.
Right after we left the Welcome Center, you see advertisements for Buc-ee's that are coming to Florida. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, all my Texas friends should know what Buc-ee's is. It's the best gas stations, convenience stores, restaurants in the world.
So as we continue to drive down, we are working our way towards the Walt Disney World Resort, and we decided we would make our first stop to Disney Springs just to go ahead and get into the magic. All right, so after 11 hours of traveling today and about 5 to 6 hours yesterday, we finally made it to Disney Springs.
Yay!
So once we got to Disney Springs, we decided we didn't want a big meal. Eventually, we settled on wanting to eat some nachos that we have never had before. So we had noticed on the Disney Springs section of the app that the Smokehouse at the House of Blues has a nacho platter. If you don't know, this is a outdoor kiosk that is outside the House of Blues restaurant. Kind of is attached to their patio area, their beer garden.
It's a walk-up.
Yep, and it's a walk-up location. And at this, they kind of have just a whole bunch of little finger foods. And one of the biggest ones they have is this nacho platter. And what we decided to get was the Smokehouse nachos with smoked beef brisket. So in this is crispy tri-colored tortilla chips topped with homemade cheese sauce, avocado lime crema, pickled jalapenos, fresh made pico de gallo, cilantro, and we chose to have the smoked beef brisket on top. They were just delicious. I don't know how else to say it.
They were really flavorful. Lots
of flavor. The brisket, being pulled brisket, was nice and tender. So highly recommended. Quick to get. There was only a few people in line, but they were just ordering some beverages. And then we stepped up, we asked for the nachos, and by the time I was able to pay, the nachos were there ready to go. So if you're looking for something that's a quick snack at Disney Springs, I do highly recommend this one from the Smokehouse at the House of Blues. After we were done eating dinner, we decided we'd just walk around Disney Springs a little bit. We just walked around, checked out the stores. One of the things that I wanted to get was a coffee. So I went ahead and stopped at the Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Here is where you can buy loose leaf teas. You can buy them by the weight. But they also have a coffee shop on the other side. And I had noticed that they had, I don't think it was too new. It's a newish drink. And it was called the Round 'em Up Latte. This was actually a Toy Story themed latte, which I believe they came out with it when Toy Story 4 came out. So that gives you about a time frame of how old this drink was. And so I thought I would try it. So this Round 'em Up Latte is a cookie batter and dulce de leche flavored coffee topped with whipped cream, animal crackers, and rainbow sprinkles. I don't know how to describe it. It was sweet.
It was sweet.
But the cookie butter flavoring was really good. To be mixed with the cinnamon dulce de leche flavoring, it kind of was like having a snickerdoodle latte with whipped cream, and then they put the animal cookie on top. The animal cookie dissolved in the hot coffee, and the whipped cream...
Giving it an extra little flavor.
Giving it a little bit more flavor, and the whipped cream melted in, making it creamy. I do highly recommend this latte. And finally, after we were done at Joffrey's and grabbing the drink, we went ahead and continued just to walk around a little bit at Disney Springs. And at this point, we were basically done for the day. We had been up all day. It had been a long drive. So we went ahead and made our way to our friend's house where we spent the evening. And that was it. That was basically our drive down to Orlando from Maryland. And overall, my feelings about it, I didn't mind it. It wasn't that bad. I just put the car in cruise control and we just made our way down very easily. So do I recommend doing it all the time? No. If you're looking to just get down there quickly, flying is always still faster. Would I do it again? Yes, I would do it again if I have the additional time on the front and back. Or in the same case, for us, it was still cheaper to drive it down than to fly.
Yeah, we had been wanting to do it for a while now, and we finally had the opportunity to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, for me, I agree. It's very long, but as long as you take some time to stop and rest, little rest stops all along the way to stretch your legs, and you have some entertainment, take some snacks with you to munch along the way. It's also great to have some music, maybe make a playlist of your favorite music. And it's fine. It's fine. Coming back was a different experience, though.
Yeah, so just to give a time frame, coming back, we came back driving on January 25th and 26th of 2020. So in the beginning half of January 25th, we went to Epcot because we wanted to experience the Festival of the Art Festival. So after we were done at Epcot for the day, we decided to go ahead and try to make it to the Georgia-Florida line. We made it as far as Kingsland, Georgia, and that was a struggle.
I was already starting to feel ill towards the end of our Epcot day, and we didn't even wait for Epcot Forever. We just decided to leave at around 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
We got in the car. We just drove straight on to Georgia. It was a struggle because we were both tired. We had been exhausted from the days from the day at Epcot. We were kind of full because of all the food we had eaten, and I was starting to really feel really ill.
We made our way to a hotel in Georgia. When I was at Epcot, I went ahead and brought up Priceline again, and I was able to get a nice deal at the La Quinta in Kingsland. Just like the Country Inn and Suites. I don't know if I'd pay regular price for it, but it did what we needed to do.
It was really nice. Mm-hmm. It was modern. They were very friendly.
We just needed a spot to sleep, and that's all the farther based on timing and looking at Google that we would make in about 5 hours, and that got us to the point to be able to go to sleep for the evening. So then we woke up on January 26th, which was Sunday, and my goal was to at least make it to Virginia, but fortunately, being a weekend, being a Sunday, the traffic was very light, and we were able to make it from the Georgia-Florida line back into Maryland in what I would consider a good amount of time. We only made stops when we needed to. Now, Vanessa was feeling even worse than she did on Saturday, just trying to leave from Epcot to Georgia.
So I was under medication, so I slept throughout most of the time, but it was still a blur.
Yeah, and that's the only negative about driving is when you're not feeling well, that time period just feels worse than it is. But we made it. We did everything we needed to safely, and we had a great trip. Overall, our experience with driving, again, it wasn't bad. Just a bad experience of not feeling well driving back home. But overall, I would recommend doing the drive if you're looking for a different experience. Again, we would do it again if we needed to or felt that we had the time and wanted to, and maybe stop at different things on the way down through. So we hope you've enjoyed this video, and we hope that you continue to watch our other videos in this series. It's going to be, like I said, videos from our 4-night cruise on the Disney Dream, and we hope that you'll join us in those videos. So until next time, be safe, be kind, and adventure on. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to our channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below.